Interesting morning. It's Friday. Tia will say we made it. We made it to another week. That's what she'll say. And so, yeah, we did. 3 stories this morning that we'll be looking at. One is they are just getting tougher on you all. They're getting tougher on you all. And we all know why. But it's now gotten to, I don't know if now, but it is getting more. The crescendo is happening more. But there was a guy in the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. He came over from Hungary to hang out, and he got thrown out of the country just for being a member. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at that story. Sucks for him. Also, a crime expert. It looks like we're doing Biker News Canada today or something. A crime expert was critical of a mayor's endorsement of a motorcycle club. This one's an interesting story. A mayor said, "Oh yeah, these are some good guys," and a Canadian crime expert said, "Not so fast." So, the good that bikers do, all the wonderful stuff we do and stuff, is also being called into question by our associations. I'll cover that more in just a minute. And also, the third story today is a huge law enforcement motorcycle club is touring Canada. And we'll talk about that, especially for you guys that hate law enforcement clubs. You'll hate this story. But, hey, we talk about all motorcycle clubs here, man. All motorcycle clubs. All right. We'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds, Mike Ball. Right back.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube, Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News, he covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News. With MC Protocol, a lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about. But the man on this channel was the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name is Black Dragon and he started in the Navy and hit the sea repping Uncle Sam. Then he traded that uniform for a leather vest from the mighty Black Sabbath, not the band. I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes, moving up from prospect all the way up to National P. All the copycat creators, all the content stealers and haters that have been many, but there's only one larger than life Black Biker that wears a cowboy hat, that knows kung fu and says get skinny. Get skinny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen and hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. Black Dragon, the first, the best, and has outlasted all the rest. Black Dragon Biker News. Biker News. He's on YouTube. Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all, so click on the screen. Hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. Black Dragon Biker News.
Well, alrighty then. It's your boy Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News, the Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can use. Biker News from a biker's point of view. Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the entire world that you happen to be. And allow me, please, to introduce my beautiful wife, my co-host, Redbone, the Concrete Rose, Tia Bunch. Yeah.
Happy Friday, family. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it. He took us through there. He got us
What's
through
up,
there.
Miklo One Percenter? It's good to see you, man. Thank you for coming on the show all the time and supporting me, man.
It's
We've
good.
been through so many ups and downs in our friendship together, and you're a true brother, man. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you are. Insane Wheels, another one. I appreciate you, a true brother, and Mama Iron Ranger, a true sister, and your mama's house who stays in my ass. Delivered? It's here? Oh, okay. I got to go down and see it. Tia, you got to check the mailbox down there uh, in the front of the building. I
I
think.
got you.
Thank you. You know where that mailbox is up there.
I know this is exciting because this been coming for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for trackers, right? Remember? We we didn't know when our packages was coming, but now they're like,
It's been in town for like a week.
yeah.
How does it take so long to get over here? All right, folks, moving right in. Mike Ball jumped on me yesterday for taking too long to move on. I got so many people that are like on me all the time.
On
Like
you, yes.
I can't do anything wrong. It's Mike Ball's going to get me on time. I promise y'all, I'm going to be on time.
He's on our team for life, and
Yeah.
there's nothing he could do about it but just love us back.
Poor bastard here, man. So the Outlaws were having this meeting, and people coming from all over the world, Hungary, Canada, all these places. It looks like today is our Biker News Canada Day because all of our stories are in Canada. I hate to steal Biker News Canada's stories, but that's all the stories that there were. There were no more stories. So anyway, oh, by the way, Donald Trump just slapped new tariffs on Canada. Like, wow. What y'all ain't getting along there with us or something? Anyway, this Hungarian member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, they say gang here in the story, has been deported after being arrested in Kelowna. That's what it looks like. Kelowna. All right. So in Kelowna on June 29th, Post Media has learned, this is the group here, the Vancouver Sun, the biker identified by sources as Sizzlin Kun. Isn't that a cool name? Sizzlin Kun. It sounds like a war, like one of those people in the movies. Sizzlin Kun is going after Tarzan or Superman or something. Anyway, Sizzlin Kun had been sponsored to immigrate to Canada by a romantic partner. They say that in Canada, and you'd be like, is that a man or a woman? But I think in Canada, when they be saying romantic partner, they be meaning like a woman. That's a woman that sent for him. But romantic partner could be, either way, but it's a motorcycle club dude. So we automatically know it's a woman. We know that.
We don't know that for sure.
We know that. No, hell no.
We don't know that for sure.
We know that. No, we actually know that because that's how we bikers roll. The biker, his romantic partner. Why can't they just say his girl sent for him? Why we can't just say that? Anyway, I'm going to say his girl sent for him, and she was living in the Okanagan city. It must be a Native American word or a Native Canadian word. Okanagan city. So there they were living. In late June, just like last month, he foolishly participated in a rally in Alberta attended by members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club and the Rebels Motorcycle Club. They call them both motorcycle gangs, but we call them clubs in our world. That's where law enforcement agents saw Kun, according to two police sources not authorized to speak on the case. How can you be a police source not authorized to speak on the case, but you're speaking on the case? That was some bullshit right there. But anyway, they informed British Columbia's Combined Forces Special Enforcement Unit. Combined Forces Special Enforcement Unit. Leading to Kun's arrest. So they said, so you guys know what was going on here. The police they got the cameras and stuff and facial recognition software. And they are somewhere around where your meeting, annual party, dance, whatever. They're somewhere around that. Sprite, do not start that. Sprite said, we absolutely do not automatically know. They're referring to a woman. We automatically know that, Sprite. Anyway, they're sitting around there
He's
somewhere.
delusional, Sprite.
I'm just telling you how bikers roll. We automatically know what that is. But back to the story. They're sitting there and they got these binocular camera things with facial recognition. And so when he came into the country initially, flew into the airport or whatever, his face was recognized in some kind of software as a person coming into Canada. And now the police are out there looking at every member, every license tag, every plate that goes into the Outlaws function. And the rebels were there as well. And so then his face comes up in a matching thing. I'm just postulating. It comes up in this matching facial recognition software, and they say, aha, that's Sizzling Kun. That's him right there. And well, now it only took less than 30 days. And now they go find his ass and they arrest him. What am I being arrested for? I didn't do nothing wrong. Can you imagine? He's sitting there eating with his domestic partner who sent for him, that we know as a woman. And he's sitting there eating with her. He's got his knife and fork in his hand and everything. And he's just chilling. And all of a sudden they say, freeze! Certainly you can't be talking about me. I said freeze! A freeze! And he's like, I'm just visiting here from Hungary. I haven't done anything wrong, bro. What's wrong with you? You attended a function, and we're taking your ass away.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
And that's how it works.
Oh my God!
They just walked up to him.
Freeze! Right now!
And deported his ass straight from the city. After he left a Kelowna residence, they arrested him. He was detained and deemed ineligible to stay in Canada after an immigration and refugee board hearing. And he was removed last week, removed from the country of Canada. The Canada Border Services Agency declined to comment on the case, citing the Privacy Act. It ain't so private. We all know what happened. It's not private. Yeah. The CBSA Media Relations Manager, Guillaume Berube, said that generally speaking, the agency has a legal obligation. We are required to remove all foreign nationals found to be inadmissible to Canada. This happened to our boy, Lavish. They wouldn't let him in the country. But you figure once you get in, you can stay. Just be careful what parties you go to. They removed him with the highest priority given the cases involving security, organized crime, crimes against humanity, and criminality. And this man did none of those things except for belong to an organization they consider engaged in organized crime and criminality. Gone out of the country. He said the CBSA will initiate an investigation when it becomes aware of an individual who is believed to be inadmissible to Canada, which may result in an officer preparing a report citing the inadmissibility allegation. The timely removal, like right now, we're getting his ass out of here right now.
Thank you very much. That's really good. Thank you.
The timely removal of the inadmissible foreign national plays a critical role in supporting the integrity of Canada's immigration system. Like one person is going to destroy Canada, but his ass is out of here. Berube also referred Postmedia to the Immigration and Refugee Board for any publicly available information on the case. Of course, the board did not respond to several requests for comment. The Outlaws Motorcycle Club is the oldest biker gang in the world. Well, it's also the oldest motorcycle club in the world. Having started in Illinois in 1935, 13 years before its arrival, the Hells Angels, it is considered the second largest behind the Hells Angels with chapters in 45 countries around the globe. I didn't know they were the second largest motorcycle club in the world now. I didn't know the Hells Angels was the first largest, but there you go. According to the Outlaws World website, there are 21 chapters in Canada, and 13 of those are in Ontario. They got 13 chapters in one province. The international site lists one BC chapter in Kelowna. The Canadian Outlaws site lists 24 Canadian chapters with none in British Columbia. The Outlaws Hungary Facebook page shows several full patch members attending a June 24th event with Canadian members. Well, why did none of them guys get taken away? What happened? How'd they all get passed? How about some fair application of the laws? This one poor bastard, they had all kind of guys from Hungary, but that's the only one whose name probably face came up in the facial recognition software in time or something. Or maybe it was because he was going to stay in Canada. He was going to live there, and the other guys were just visiting. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, he won't get to live there now. One Canadian commenter said, "Was a great time meeting you guys," with the Hungarian Outlaw responding, "We hope to welcome you to Hungary next time." So, they were planning on seeing each other again and stuff. Man, it was great meeting you guys. It would be cool to meet a Hungarian outlaw if you were an outlaw and you were an American outlaw, and this Hungarian one came, or several. You'd be like, "Yeah, man, it was such a pleasure meeting you, man. I can't wait to get to Hungary over there." I wonder if the Hungarians will kick out the Canadian outlaws. Like, no, you kicked out one of ours. Well, you can't. We're getting one of y'all out of here, bro. Anyway, they had a good time until they didn't. Like the Hells Angels, the Outlaws wear a 1% patch on their vest. Law enforcement have said repeatedly that the patch is one indicator of the gang's criminal connections, but the bikers claim it just marks them as rebels. To say that 1%ers are criminals or people of lesser moral code than the rest of society is a tainted opinion, the Outlaws International site says. The Outlaws Motorcycle Club is not a criminal organization. The patch simply explains our commitment to biking and brotherhood. Yes! We'll give that one motorcycle engine. That gets a motorcycle engine. Yeah. All right. So that's that story. And we move on. It's getting bad. We make a little bit light of it, but it's getting bad. You fly over to a country and in Lavish is not the only one. I have known people who have ridden all the way across America on their biker challenge thing and ridden to the gates of Canada, and because they have some kind of a criminal background or something, they are not allowed in the country, get turned around at the border. I've seen guys fly in and get turned around at the airport, and they fly you on the it was Harley Gwendon that told us he hit a country and they put him out on the next thing smoking. And I said, "Where do they send you? Any place in the world?" He goes, "No, but they'll send you back on the first thing smoking to your country." And in his case, they landed him like 8 hours away from his house. How do you get your ass back home? And the only people that can change that can stop that sort of thing from happening, if that's even possible, are bikers in these clubs. You gotta figure out how to stop doing all this public stuff. Now, people that are involved in international organized crime and moving, big weight and all this kind of stuff, there's not those people are in a different category, and they're going to be at war with law forever. That's the thing. But guys that are in just really basically outlaw clubs, you have to change the perception. You have to do that. All right, let's go quickly here over to the comments. Big Hooch, it's good to see you. OG Puppet, good to see you today. Miklo, of course. Stony, good to see you, man. God bless you. Sprite here. Happy Friday to you, Sprite. Wilson, good to see you, man. Good morning, Black Dragon in chat. Soundproof 1%er, thank you for being on, man, all the time. We appreciate you. Welcome to America. More cameras pointed at you and me than outer space. Yeah, and they should be looking in outer space, if you ask me. What's up, Michael? Good to see you. RY Dog, morning. Good to see you, man. America needs those cameras to catch all the bad people. Yeah. Well, Moji, good to see you. Yonkers Motorcycle Club in New York City is actually listed as the first known motorcycle club ever, estimated 1879 as a bicycle club, and transitioned to a motorcycle club in 1903. Well, the British will argue that down with you. They say they don't originally count. They don't officially count because they were a bicycle club until 1903. So the first motorcycle club is claimed to be in Great Britain, which started in 1901 as a motorcycle club, not a bicycle club. So there's an argument there. Takes a historian like myself to argue those fine points with you. What's up, Pocono Ken? I got turned around last 3 times I tried. You tried what? Morning to you, Mr. Switch. Good morning. Hey, thank you for that beautiful conversation, and thank you for being a member with us for the last 16 months. Hope you're doing well, Black Dragon. Do you have any events you're going to go to anytime soon? Yeah, we got Lavish's Biker Ball. We're going Biker Bash. We're going to next month, right? September.
And that's like a mini roundup. If you guys ever experienced the roundup, Lavish's event is like a mini roundup.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
Bikes everywhere.
I'm definitely going.
Yeah, so. And we're going to the I think we're going to the roundup, and then of course we'll be going to Foxy's event. So Pocono said you tried entering Canada. Pocono Ken, I think I may have remembered that if you're who I think you are. But yeah, that sucks. Okay, next story. Oh, make sure to go get our t-shirts at blackdragonsgear.com and get our books at blackdragonsgear.com. Make sure to get my latest book, which is what is my latest book? My latest book is
The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. Is that the last one?
No, there's one right after that. That's the Bible, the handbook, the
protocol.
No, what are those things called? Those people called?
Chaplain's Bible.
Chaplain. Thank you. Chaplain's Handbook.
Yeah,
The Chaplain Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook. And then, of course, we have The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs, and then President's Bible, Prospect's Bible, Sergeant-at-Arms Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible. We got a whole bunch of books. MC Protocol 101. We have all these books for you. Sergeant-at-Arms Bible, all that. All right, next story. Here we go. The poor bastard mayor over there in Nova Scotia, up there in Canada, he made a positive statement about a motorcycle club. He endorsed them, said they were okay. Just like the mayor down in South Georgia, when the Outcast Motorcycle Club got attacked, and these people got out of their cars and stuff and started shooting when they had a property of party, and it didn't go well for them. They were the opposite motorcycle club. I won't name them, but they were shot up pretty bad. I think one or two of them may have died. And the mayor came out and said, the Outcasts, that they're cool here. They're good in this town. They don't cause no shit. The Outcast Motorcycle Club, they're all right. Oh, my God. Oh. But because it's America, he didn't really get any pushback for that. Nobody was mad at him. But up here in Canada, this guy said something good about this motorcycle club. And he said, because of this thing right here. Now, for those of you who are looking, this is an 81 support patch. 81, the 8 stands for the 8th letter in the alphabet, which is an H. The 1 stands for the first letter in the alphabet, which is a 1. 8-1, Hells Angels. And this is a support to the Hells Angels Nomads chapter up there in Canada somewhere. Because of this patch here, the Celtic crew, and Celts must be from either Scotland or Ireland, I'm not sure, somewhere over there in the lands, Scotland or Ireland. The Celtic Crew Motorcycle Club has been doing good things in the world. They have been taking care of children and stuff like that, and just a bunch of old guys doing their thing. They look about like me with the beards and everything. But there's a problem when he endorsed these people because he doesn't know MC culture. He didn't understand what that red patch meant. And so he got his ass in trouble that he didn't even mean to get into. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. And I feel so sorry for him because they tore his black ass up, or whatever color his ass may have been. They tore it up. An expert on criminal organizations says the mayor of Cape Breton Regional Municipality made a serious misstep when he endorsed a local motorcycle club this month because the group is associated with the Hells Angels. Look, you can't even be associated with them, man. Mayor Cecil Clark said, I didn't know of the association when he wrote the July 6th letter on behalf of the Celtic Crew Motorcycle Club, or is it Celtic? I don't know if it's Celtic or Celtic. You guys can let me know because I'm ignorant as to the pronunciation of that word, but I want to say Celtic, but it could be Celtic, but I think it's Celtic for Ireland or something, or Scotland. Don't get me to messing it up. I'll mess it up. But anyway, so the club needed to lease some property there. And the mayor gave them a letter saying, these guys are okay, man. He gave them, a pat on the back. Let them lease their club, man. Let them lease their club. So they were able to get that property lease in CBRM, wherever that is. And the mayor said, I only did that after I asked the regional police force if it was okay. They should have told me about the red diamond. No one said nothing. So there was nothing that would create concern, Clark said. But Stephen Snyder, a criminology professor at St. Mary's University and an expert on organized crime, said Cape Breton Regional Police should have checked the RCMP database, which shows the Celtic Crew is affiliated with the International Outlaw Motorcycle Club. It would have shown you that. He said the mayor's letter was a mistake. It was an honest mistake, though. I mean, is it really a mistake? Like, those guys haven't done anything criminal. Those guys, in and of themselves, are a good club, taking care of children, doing stuff for humanity. Why should they be a mistake? They can't get a clubhouse? Come on, guys, you're taking this shit too far. They can't get a clubhouse? Really, criminal expert? Come on, criminal expert, they can't get a clubhouse? Definitely it was a significant faux pas. Oh, I said that word right. It looks like Fox Pass, but it's faux pas. Really, it was a significant faux pas on his part because he's essentially endorsing a motorcycle club that is a support club for one of the biggest criminal organizations in Canada, the Hells Angels, said Snyder. Clark said the Celtic Crew members are known for riding motorcycles and helping out the community such as the grading day event for school children at CBRM Center 200 Arena last night. These guys were there helping. This must be the mayor. He looks pretty upset here. CBR Mayor Cecil Clark says he did due diligence and he did check with the Cape Breton Regional Police. Oh, that's what CBRM stands for, Cape Breton. He checked with the police before writing a letter of support for the, we'll say, Celtic Crew Motorcycle Club. He did. He did what he could. He did his due diligence. There was no reason not to be supportive of a group doing, community engagement activities and not-for-profit support for community and youth and other initiatives, he said. They're pretty good guys. A social media post that appears to be affiliated with the Hells Angels and has since been taken down actually praised this crew for getting the letter from the mayor. Clark said he was not aware of that until the CBC News asked him about it. Well, he must have been looking real crazy. So so Mayor, tell us again why you blessed that Hells Angels support group. Why did you do that? And that must have been like, what the F are you talking about? It's a distinctive patch. Photos on social media show members of the Celtic Crew with a red diamond-shaped patch on their vest with the number 81 on it. This is considered a reference to the 8th and first letters of the alphabet, like I just told you, representing the Hells Angels. Clark said the symbol is beyond anything I'm aware of and or have knowledge of. I have no association, affiliation, communication, or whatever with anyone outside of the people locally with the Celtic Crew I've been dealing with. And again, did the appropriate due diligence and research to identify that there were no local concerns, he said. No one from this crew could be reached for comment. Of course not. St. Mary's University criminology professor. This is Stephen Snyder here. He's over there at the university justifying his existence. So we must all justify our existence by attacking other people. He said, this is him, this is his picture. He said the letter was a mistake. There's the professor there. What's up, professor? Snyder said even if they didn't check the RCMP's Criminal Intelligence Information System, regional police should have been aware of the Red Diamond 81 patch. If they know anything about. You guys can get my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, up there. It would have taught you what you needed to know. No accusation of criminal activity. Here's the part that's sad. They've never been accused of doing anything criminal. They've only been good guys there. I'm not accusing the Celtic Crew at all of being involved in criminal activity, but certainly they're a Hells Angels support club. That's clear. And they're not hiding that, Snyder continued. Nova Scotia RCMP, that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, confirmed that connection. Stephen McKinnon, acting chief of the Cape Breton Regional Police, would not comment on what advice the police gave CBRM about the Celtic Crew or Celtic Crew, however you say it, motorcycle club. But McKinnon said until CBS News raised the question, he was unaware of their affiliation with an outlaw motorcycle club. This guy who's supposed to know, he didn't know. Well, that's a sharp suit right there. Got the Aguilette on it and all the stuff. Reminds me of my military days. Well, your boy's looking real smart there. But he didn't know. Acting Police Chief Steve McKinnon, this is his picture here. He didn't know. McKinnon said around 6 years ago, he was part of a police operation that successfully kept the Hells Angels rival club out of Cape Breton. Look at that. They can't even get into the city. So they're really pissed off that they let these guys get a clubhouse, but they haven't done nothing wrong. At the time, the police said it's common for biker clubs to raise money for local community groups in order to gain favor with the public. That's not why we do that. We don't do that to gain favor with the public. We do that because we've always done it ever since the beginning of motorcycle clubs way back in 1903 in the United States. And 1901 in Great Britain. You know what I mean? So Snyder said that's been a long-standing tactic look out the words they use. That what we do for clubs, for people, for children, that's a tactic. We use that as like a Robin Hood tactic. Give to the poor. Anyway, this is the letter here that the CBRM Cape Breton Regional Municipality Office of the Mayor wrote on July 6th, just earlier this month. I'm writing to express my support for the Celtic crew, or Celtic crew, however we're going to say it, and its efforts within our community. Over the years, the crew has demonstrated a strong commitment to promoting reasonable motorcycle riding, road safety, community engagement, and charitable activities. How does that all get taken away just because you... Oh, sad. The members consistently contribute their time and resources to support local events, fundraising initiatives, and community causes, fostering positive relationships among riders and the public. This is what they've done. They've done these things. The group's dedication to camaraderie, mutual respect, and community service reflects positively on the motorcycling community as a whole. Their activities provide opportunities for social connection, volunteerism, and advocacy while encouraging safe and responsible riding practices. I'm pleased. I'm more than happy. I'm pleased. I'm significantly, wonderfully happy to to offer this letter as an endorsement of the organization's positive contributions and ongoing commitment to community involvement. And wow. That was from this mayor, Cecil Clark. He confirms he wrote that letter. The Hells Angels and their support clubs have been doing charity work for decades, says this man up here, Snyder. Oh, Snyder is this guy. Is this Snyder? No, Snyder is the community. Is the professor. He said they've been doing this work, this tactic for decades. He said it's part of their PR campaign to try to sanitize their image. This is a little fucking hater. McKinnon said the chief says police are taking a closer look at the Celtic Crew's affiliation, and he now has concerns. We know the associations to violence and drugs, those other things that we don't want in the community, he said. Yet these guys have never been accused of doing anything like it. So what happens, people, is what happens, law enforcement? What happens, Snyder? Snyder, you're the expert up there. You're the gang expert. I don't know if you're the motorcycle club expert, but you're the gang expert out there. What happens is, what you guys don't know is that every motorcycle club that comes into Canada is going to have to face the Hells Angels in Canada. That's all there is to it. I know this because I've tried to put a motorcycle club in Canada. Tried to put a chapter in Canada. I've tried a couple times. It wasn't that the Hells Angels stopped us. It was that the people that we were trying to get up there with wound up. Eventually, they became Detroit gentlemen who stole my people. And good on the Detroit gentlemen that they got up there, and there's some good folks up there. And so you're gonna talk to, face, and be blessed by the Hells Angels, at least the Hells Angels. You might have to go through the Outlaws too, but you absolutely are going to go through the Hells Angels. And sometimes part of getting that blessing is putting on that support cookie. We call it a cookie down here. You a lot of times you don't have a choice. And once you put that cookie on, you really never have to deal with them again. There may be you might have to go through a First Friday or something, but for the most part, you don't have to deal with them again. There are two kinds of support clubs, and we talk about it here in this book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. There are real support clubs that are like brotherhood clubs to these clubs, and then there are the poor bastards that have to put on the support cookies. And this is I have no idea which one this club is, but it's not necessarily a support club. It doesn't have to be a support club. It could just be a support club. There's two different levels of them. One where you have to put on that cookie to survive, to ride safely and peacefully, unmolested, and because you have a pass. And that's your fault, police departments. That's your fault that these folks get harassed and molested if they don't do that. That's not the fault of the motorcycle club. There are protocols that you have to follow to ride. It is what it is. So a lot of these guys, once they get that support cookie, now they go off and do the things that they've been always wanting to do, which is ride motorcycles and have fun and roll around the country and do stuff for charity. It's not a fucking tactic. To sanitize our image. These guys like this Snyder, man, they really get on my nerves because like you don't really understand the culture. So how in the hell is it that you're an expert? Or you're a gang expert? Well, we're motorcycle clubs. So these guys deserve their clubhouse. I'm glad they got it. And we don't know why they have that cookie on. Maybe you should ask them. Instead of they're a support club, we're now concerned. What have they done? All they have done is shown who they are. But if you gotta wear that thing to ride safely, then you gotta wear that thing to ride safely. We have that club out here and never heard of any problems with them. All good feedback as far as we've heard, David. Yeah, David, because they're good guys. Black Dragon, I'll be at the Roundup next week looking to get a signed book if you're going to be there. I think we may roll up to the Roundup next week. We won't have a booth there. Fox Pass, please. It does look like Fox Pass. Hey, what's up, Lavish T. Williams?
What's going on?
I make 1%ers wear PK diamonds in support of me. Pocono Ken diamonds. Hey, somebody had a question for me. Where is it? Somebody just... Oh, here it is. Thank you for that $10, man. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. God bless you. And you too can donate $10. Maybe you should donate some freaking money. Maybe you should donate some freaking money. Maybe you should donate some freaking money. Anyway, thank you for that beautiful donation. Thanks for all what you do, Black Dragon, and for answering questions. I've been binge watching your content lately. Thank you, BCFOC. He says, I want to join a motorcycle ministry based out of another city, but I would be in my area alone as they're based about 5 hours away. Any thoughts? Yeah. Start your own chapter there. Start your own chapter in that city. Go back and forth, ride back and forth, and get their permission to start your chapter in that city. Because 5 hours is a long way. A 10-hour round trip, bro, you are hardcore. Question for you, BD. I know I talk a lot about motorcycle ministries, but that's my lane. I have been told to join one or of the two in my area that have been around for more than 25 years to open more opportunities to minister to the biker community. The problem is that only 2 or 3 of the members of the motorcycle ministry are known, and I would have to establish my own relationships. I can't use their name and instantly be accepted. Yeah, so you do that by hanging around and getting to know people, and of course get my book, Chaplain's Handbook, the Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook. That will help a lot in teaching you what you need to do to be accepted by these clubs. But yeah, you got work to do, my man. You got work to do. Start your own chapter. There, get their permission and start your chapter with them there in your city, and get to work doing the Lord's work, bro. I tell you this though. I'll tell you this: God has your back. God will guide you. A quick story. I had to go to back in the day, back in the 90s. You could just ride to the airport, get out of the car, and walk, and pretty much get on the plane. I was in San Diego, California. There was not this 2-hour wait to get on an airplane. That didn't exist back then. I was flying on airplanes before that shit existed. And so I needed to get to the airport. I didn't know where it was. It was down in San Diego, and I had an hour to get on the flight. Now, this could not happen today. So I didn't have time to open the phone book and figure out where the airport was. So I just started driving. I knew it was downtown. And as I started getting closer to downtown, all of a sudden, there were signs up, airport, airport, airport. And it took me straight to the airport, straight to the parking lot. I jumped out of the car with 15 minutes left, ran. They ran my bags through the checker thing, and then I was on the airplane within 15 minutes of getting to the airport parking lot. Impossible to do now, but it happened then. My point is, God will give you the signs you need if you just get your ass on the way. That's my point. My point is, I didn't know where the airport was. I just knew the direction I needed to go in, and like magic, the signs popped up. So God will give you the signs you need if you get busy. So worry not, BCFOC. Just get started, and God will show you what you need to do next. Okay. It's because the patches are not given. If you didn't earn it, don't wear it. Oh yeah, Sprite's getting in somebody's ass. The police are putting the club name out there, not realizing that they're actually giving their club a boost. What is that noise? Is that you? Oh yeah, that's you. Yeah, something wrong with your. Oh my God, that's horrible. Isn't it a little La Costa Nostra-like in how the Hells Angels are able to get themselves in bed with law enforcement, DAs, and judges? Yeah, I guess it is if they're able to do that. My club started a food bank. Why? For veterans and general public. Not as a tactic. I understand. Black Dragon, did you get my men's ride north meet south info from your Facebook Messenger? Not yet. Let me check that on just a second. BFCOC, there are 3 different questions. That was number 2. Yeah, I think I got them all now. I want to hear some biker stuff. I can't hear any more Trump in politics. I try to not have you guys go to that. Black Dragon, did you see Insane Throttle video about all the chirping? No. Chirping? No, I didn't see that one. I love the 1984 Obey graphic. Black Dragon, check your text phone. All right, let me check my text in just a second here. Okay, yeah, I got everybody's. Join, start a chapter, be a nomad, whatever. Seeing your patch, some will seek you out, BCFOC. Just get started, says Pocono Ken. Okay, let me check my texts out here and see what text messages I was sent by Sprite. If you need my number, folks, to send me texts or whatever, it's 404-692-0336. Where's my text application here on the computer? All right. And, okay, so let me download that. Save image as. Save. Oh, that's here in Atlanta. Okay, I see. JFIF. I don't know if I can open this. Oh, I can. All right. What is a JFIF? What the hell did you send me, girl? Action. Right there. Bike Nights. X Factors presents Bike Night Fridays at the X House. Who's the X House? What club is this? I haven't been out on the Atlanta biker set in so long. I don't even know what the X House is. 4469 Glenwood Road, Decatur. That's right around here, Tia. Decatur, Georgia, 30032. Come out and have fun, enjoy a drink, and play games. There's no strippers on poles? What the hell? No, we can't go to that. You can't go. There's no stripper poles. What the hell? Triple X is the club. Triple X. Okay. The X House. Triple X. I got you. The
It's
X.
a day party, right?
No, it's bike night. It says come out to bike night, 8 p.m. until. It's bike night. Friday. That's going to be tonight. Friday at the X House. Okay. Well, maybe we'll go to the X House, baby.
Maybe.
Yeah, you want to go to the X House? You'll like it. There won't be no strippers there. You'll be just happy with it.
I don't mind the strippers. I like to see women dance. It's a form of art.
I
never mind the strippers.
You don't think that I saw you jump up on my stage last night?
I knew that would get your attention. You are funny. You are so funny.
You didn't think I saw you jump up on my stripper stage?
I'm gonna have fun in life. I don't care where I am.
Said, oh, look at Miss Bunch up there.
It's okay to touch the stripper pole. They're around. You might as well touch it and get the feel of it.
I said, look at my girl. Okay. You wouldn't do nothing though. I was like, okay, we'll get on down.
I'm not. No, I like to have fun. So
Insane Throttle.
I knew that would raise your eyebrows. Like,
oh yeah, my eyebrows raised right on up. I said, oh shoot, Miss Bunch gonna get up there. Of course, there was no.
Shit. I got too many people, too many males in my family that respect me and would
They said Insane Throttle did a video about Vegas Breeze and all the shit talk. Oh, Vegas Breeze. I gotta go see it. Ask Lavish what kind of endorsement to tow 18-wheelers that you need. I'll ask him. He was just on. I don't know what happened to him. Something was going on bad with his
bad area.
What do you think? God, Jesus thinks about strippers, degrades women, says the moral majority. I don't know if it degrades women or not. The ones that I've seen on stage, they seem pretty happy to be up there. They
want to be on stage, and if you tell them just get down or something like that, or you don't have to do that, baby sis, they will look at you like, please get out of the way. I'm trying to make my money.
I'm trying to make my money. So, Calvin Moss says, I want to hear Big Bone 1%er go off about Agent Orange.
It is funny. You know he will.
I'm thinking Agent Orange, the spray from Vietnam. He's talking about Donald Trump as Agent Orange. That's funny. If you want to hear somebody hating on Trump, Big Bone 1%er is the guy. He does not like that man. He can't. And the funny thing about Big Bone is he's got nothing but Republican friends.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All of his friends love Donald Trump. He's surrounded by Republican friends and white guys, and they just that's Bone. We just have to love him for who he is.
They love Big Bone.
They love Big Bone, and
he always gonna have a white boy somewhere close by.
Close to him. They love him, and and he talk about their president like he's free. Oh my goodness, yeah. To hear him go, and Big Bone is funny because Big Bone always goes to these council meetings and talks, and now they've gotten to the point they'll say, we'll let you talk, but if you start talking about the president, we're going to shut your mic, man. He can't help it. He can't help it. He can't help it. It's funny. BFCOC, start going on rides, do the blessings, get to know local riders and clubs. Soon they'll invite you for more formal events, maybe for a formal wedding. After a while, they'll trust you. It's going to take a little time, 4 or 5 years. It's going to take some time. Yeah. It's a building process, says Pocono Ken. It does degrade women. God created them for, yeah, we're not going to take the motorcycle ministry man and change his mind about it. Does degrade black women, Black Dragon. God created them for much better purposes. How would you feel seeing your own daughter on a pole having money thrown at her? So I was a photographer of models and women and strippers and things, and I have a daughter. And so I taught her how to be behind the camera, not in front of it. Yeah.
you being
Because
disrespectful.
there's no way in hell I want to see my daughter on a stripper pole. How would you like to see your own daughter on a stripper pole? I wouldn't. But I'll go watch your daughter on a stripper pole. Hey, it's the truth. I don't want to see my daughter on a stripper pole. Why would you ask me that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
who wants to
it's
see their own
different.
daughter on a stripper pole? Nobody, no human. I don't want to see my mama up there. I don't see my daughter up there. Now, my wife could, I don't mind seeing you up there, but nobody else can see you up there. We just have our own. That's why we have our own Dragon Slayer, so we can have my own woman up there, and I'll throw dollars at you all night, baby girl. But
maybe you need to donate some freaking money.
But I'm not.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking
But I'm
money.
not. I know I don't want to see my own child on a stripper pole.
That has been going on since the beginning of time.
No, I don't want to see my own daughter up there. I've been on the MC set as an independent since 2016. I've been around and ride with clubs, motorcycle ministries, etc. I understand the protocol and how to do things the right way. Just saying, some members of an MM would rather have me join their MM instead of standing up a new ministry from another city. But I ride and do all the things and make relationships, etc. Thank you for your advice. Now, listen, when it comes to that, whether you want to start a new one or join one, that's going to be completely up to you. And it can't be decided by someone else. You have to. So, yeah, people would rather see me join theirs than start my own. Absolutely. And I always say, try to find something that's established. It's much easier, and you may help their work, but that's going to be completely and totally up to you. But if you're going to, if the nearest one you're thinking about joining is 5 hours away, it'll be tough because that's a 10-hour round trip just to make that run. That's a lot of commitment because but now if you can be a nomad for that motorcycle ministry, and I don't mean wear a nomad patch, but if you can be a nomad, you're a chaplain. A motorcycle ministry person is a chaplain. And as a chaplain, you can move because you can just go from club to club to club. And you're one of the few people that can move from clubs and not have to have a whole club with you because you're a minister and you're doing ministerial work. So however you figure that out, let's see Tia do a little show. I'll donate some money. No, girl, no. These bikers, you can't, you can't with them.
You can't go in the door with them.
No, girl,
You can't
no.
open the door with them.
Act right on here. It's not a new ministry. They've been around for about 16 years. They are based out of another city, and the local MM doesn't want more ministries. They just say to join one of the two well-known ones. Well, they don't get to decide. If I want to start a ministry, I will. But that's on you. I would essentially be a nomad because I'm 5 hours. Yes, you would. You would essentially be a nomad. No, Grove, with all love and respect, Tia's words dance in our ears, so donate. Oh, wow! Your sister came for you. No, Grove's a biker, man. I should have known. This is my fault. Okay, I'm supposed to look for something else. Jay told me that he had something else for me. Hey, was it on my Facebook page?
On your Facebook Messenger.
On my Facebook Messenger, he said he had something for me. Which Facebook Messenger? I have so many of these. Damn. Which one? Is it this one? Let's check this one. Let's see here. I don't see it, man. I don't see where you sent me anything. Let's go to my personal one. Facebook Messenger. Do I have any messages? Okay, not here.
A male-dominated environment, so there will always be women dancing and entertaining. So I learned that a long time ago that
Jay,
was
I don't see Jay. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
no. Facebook. He said he sent it to your Facebook messenger.
Which Facebook? My personal one or what screen name? Why didn't you just email it to me or text message it me or something?
Sometimes you just send things the easiest way. You know, if I see a video being played, sometimes I don't think about your email. I'll just send in Messenger because that's how we communicate the most. It's more efficient. So people have reasons for doing the things they do.
Let me just hit refresh. Maybe it'll come now.
I think it's a flyer. I'm under the impression it's a flyer to an event.
Okay, so
Maybe
oh my goodness, I just don't see it. I can't find it. Messenger, Chris Smith. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see it, my friend.
Well, let's come back to it.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I just don't see it. Okay. Well, hopefully it's not for this weekend.
I know.
Yeah. Text it to
So
me. Text it to me.
what's a better
0336. Text it to me. 404 692 0336. Here, let me put my text message number up here for you. There you go. 404 692 0336. Text it to me, Jay. All right. I think that's it. Let's see. Is there one last story? Yes, there is. There is one last story. Did we already cover that? Here we go. Last story. Police Motorcycle Club tours Alberta. Again, here we are in Canada, stopping in Strathmore. This, my friends, of course, is the Blue Knights Motorcycle Club, one of the biggest motorcycle clubs in the world. It's a law enforcement motorcycle club, but there are over 16,000 members worldwide. Started in 1972, I believe, or 74. I think they might have been started the same time the Black Sabbath was. I got to meet the international president several years back, and I got to meet the founders several years back when T and I were hanging out over there at Stone Mountain Park. We ran into them. They had a meeting where there were thousands of them. They had their annual international meeting, and we went over there. This was maybe 6-7 years ago that we hung out with them, and I was the only patch that wasn't Blue Knight. And they treated me like a king, man.
Crazy. And I could not believe they let us in their circle.
Yeah.
And it was so cool.
It was cool.
They took videos and pictures. They're like, we don't want no funny business.
Yeah, they were a little bit.
So cool to hang out with. And the vice president is a female.
And the vice president at that time was a female.
Yeah, I don't know who's there
she's still
now,
the same vice president or not. Their national secretary went to jail, though. She embezzled $16,000 from them. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, several years back.
How you gonna do that to 12? How you gonna do that with 12? Like, wait a minute. I'm asking. I really want to know. How you gonna do some bad shit with 12? Like, you not okay.
That is crazy to do something to 12 to the cops. What does 12 mean? Do you know what 12 means?
I know it means law enforcement. That's all I need to know.
Where does it come from? Do you know?
No, I bet you're about to tell me.
Nobody knows where 12 comes from. They're way back in the 60s. Was it the 60s or 70s? There was a television show called 1 Adam 12, and it was the call sign of a police car that was called that they were 1 Adam 12, and it was like Starsky and Hutch or any of those movies. It was after Dragnet, And do you know what 50 stands for?
That's police, right?
And where does
Vice,
that come from? Where does that come from?
Miami.
No. Uh,
50.
it came from a television show called Hawaii 50.
Yeah.
So that was their call sign, Hawaii 50. So 12
Oh,
is short.
Hawaii 50.
Yeah, so 12 is short. Now look at that. Backpack files. Backpack files knew. He said Hawaii 50.
Yeah.
And Davey said I used to watch Adam 12 in the 70s. So these kids saying 12, that's 12.
Yeah.
They don't even know where it came from. It came from a television show called One Adam 12. Look at that. Adam 12, Officers Reed and Malloy. All these old bastards know. It's just just funny how people, like you said, I said, what is 12? I know it stands for the cops. Yeah, it does. But
Yeah, I know it's law enforcement, and
it came from this television show, Adam 12. It was called Adam 12, but their call sign was One Adam 12. And 50 came from Hawaii 50. Interesting, huh?
well, they I guess they get caught up too. It's hard to see money in your face and not want to touch it.
Jay said we're doing.
Spend it.
So back to the story, and then we'll finish out and look at those flyers. So Jim Chamberlain and so members of an international motorcycle club made a stop in Strathmore. This was this week as a part of a series of rides showcasing Southern Alberta, doing the organization's annual convention. Oh, so this time they're in Calgary, Canada. You know, well, they have like 16,000 members. 5 or 10,000 members will show up at these international conventions. This time they say they only about 400 delegates are attending. That's interesting. When we were there were like way more than that, which is being hosted in Calgary this year. So I guess they move it around every year. The Blue Knights is an international motorcycle club made up. Oh, it was 16,000 back then. It's 18,000 now. There you go. It was 16,000 back then. It's 18,000 now, all these years later. The Blue Knights is an international motorcycle club made up of current and retired law enforcement officers and supporters with more than 18,000 members worldwide, Chamberlain said. As part of the convention, delegates are taking part in guided rides along 4 routes across Alberta, including a trip to Drumheller that brought participants through Strathmore. I guess they're not getting thrown out of Canada. They were taking them around Alberta this week on 4 different routes, Chamberlain said, one being Drumheller, and that's where we just spent the afternoon. Chamberlain has been a member of the Blue Knights since 2012, but said his interest in motorcycles began several years earlier after experiencing a heart attack in 2007. I needed a bucket list, he said, because he didn't think he was going to be around. Here he's been around another 20 years. So he said, I got a motorcycle. Since joining the organization, Chamberlain said he's traveled extensively throughout Canada, the United States, including rides to Yakima, Washington, and Cody, Wyoming. He said the club has provided opportunities to meet fellow riders while exploring new places, adding one message he hopes to take away from the visit is to support the local police. Man, good on you guys. Great. Great guys. Blue Knights Motorcycle Club. I hung out with them. I had a lot of fun with those guys. And I found out a lot about police officers and a lot of the stress and post-traumatic stress that they go through. As they invited me and Tia and I, they invited us in, and then they forgot we were there and treated us like family. We were up with them all night, and we would hear their horror stories, stuff I'll never repeat because we were definitely guests. And I just
secrecy.
Yeah, stuff I would never repeat. But these guys, they go through it. Believe it or not, they get there are a lot of good cops out there. I know you guys will hate me for saying that, but there are a lot of good cops out there that do good things, and we got to see them decompress and become themselves. And it was an interesting experience. I realized I was around bikers. They were bikers, and we all have something in common.
I love that. I love that.
1 Adam 12, we're old, says Nono Grow. We are old, bro. I used to watch reruns of that show as a kid. Didn't really like it, but only 4 channels to watch back in the day. I remember that. And then Starsky and Hutch, and then Miami Vice. Yeah, they all built on one another, but it was started with the first one I remember. Okay, the first ones I remember were Dragnet, and then of course there was Ironside. You don't even know Ironside, do you? Yeah, there was Ironside with Luke and the girl. Luke was black. He was one of the first like big black actors. And he went on to make hundreds and hundreds of movies. I forget his real name. Miami Vice with the white dude, the stud you rocked. What was his name? I can't remember. Criminals Be Criminals. I was a kid in the Chips time. Oh, I remember
Chips.
the Chips.
Oh yeah, I love Chips.
When is this in Calgary? That's my hometown. I think they already did it. They did it yesterday. They were there yesterday, so they're probably still there. Blue Knights, that's a cops gang, right? That's a cop gang. Nano Grow, it's called a LEMC, dude. Original Hawaii 5-0 was the shit. Yeah, they had 2 or 3 versions of Hawaii 5-0, but Dan O was the dude. Dan O. I don't know what the O stood for, but Dan O was like one of the lead cops. It was a great show. I hated Chips as a kid. I was raised by 16 members, so I hated the characters. He was raised by the pagans, so they wouldn't like Chips.
Man.
We had Magnum PI too, always going to be a cop show on TV. Magnum PI, it's funny, when I moved to Africa, they had Magnum PI on late nights. It was the only thing to watch, really, when I was living in Nigeria. You hung out with a cop gang. What the F? Yes, I did. I'm not ashamed of it, man.
I sure did. I sure the hell did. I sure did.
Yeah, we had fun with those guys. They treated us like kings. Don Johnson was his name. That's right. Who was the guy in the wheelchair? That was Ironside. Raymond Burr. Ironside. That was the guy in the wheelchair. You're old, Biker News Canada. You remember that guy, Andy Griffith. That's
we just
right.
so happened to be at the hotel that they were in, and we were just like, okay, who are these people? What are they doing? And when we found out who they were, people knew who you were, and they kind of gravitated to you. Oh, that's that guy that do the videos. So they kind of like welcomed us in their circle.
They welcomed us in, yeah. Look at this.
Let me
All these
tell
guys
you
are...
something.
Huh?
I don't have my cousin is a sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever there's trouble, he's there on a double. I need that. I want that. So it's, it's nothing wrong with having somebody you could call and say, hey, my niece is jammed up. My nephew is jammed up. I need your help.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually be able to help you.
Yeah, but bikers hate cops, so we have to understand that.
As much as bikers get jammed up,
they still
bikers get jammed up too.
They still hate
we
cops.
go to court.
It's a thing. It's something I realize. I love all bikers, but a lot of bikers hate cops, and we just have to deal with that. If you say something good about a cop, you're getting ready to catch it.
Understand? No disrespect.
You didn't say you hung out with cops. What the hell? Bookham Dano. Dano was the guy's name. I'm a 70s baby. The Rookies. I remember the Rookies. Beretta, Starsky and Hutch, SWAT, Chips, Hill Street Blues was later. I remember all those. I got a question for you. If a 1% brother did a nasty crime and you knew about it, you just let it slide. Where do you call your popo? Where do you call your popo friends? I don't understand this question. I got a question for you. If a 1% brother did a nasty crime and you knew about it, you just let it slide. Yeah. Where do you call your popo friends? If you just let it slide, you don't call them. You just let it slide. If that's what you did. Don't forget Beretta with the parrot. Keep your eye on the sparrow. When the going gets narrow, don't do it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah, don't do it. You don't know that song?
That was way before I was born.
You don't know that song? Keep your eye on the sparrow when the
some of
going
these
gets
movies
narrow.
come back, and I guess when I get in my 80s if God let me live that long, I'll watch all of these movies that y'all talking about, Gunsmoke and all of
I have
that.
never seen the police show up and make anything better. Are you kidding me? I'll tell you a time the police showed up and made something better. It was about 2 months ago when my poor dog, the magnificent, wonderful, beautiful Tank, died and was hit on the middle, in the middle of this stupid ass dog walked out onto the middle of a fucking highway, a 6-lane highway, and got himself smattered. And I called the police here in Tucker, and I was crying, and I said, my dog's in the middle of the highway. And they said, don't do anything, we'll be right there. And I said, I just need you to stop the traffic so I can go get my dog. He's being hit over and over and over again. And the police stopped the traffic here in Tucker, Georgia. They stopped the traffic. And then the lady, she might have been a supervisor or something. She wouldn't even let me get out of my car and go get my dog. Instead, the police officer went in the middle of the highway and picked up this crushed ass dog with body parts everywhere. By this time, his legs were off and everything. And he picked my animal up and carried him to the side of the road and then went and got his legs. So there are times that they do things and they make things better. And I do remember another time when I was going through a lot of shit here because of my program, my news program, and I was facing a lot of threats. And I go out and there's this strange ass box underneath my car. And I called the cops. And this, again, DeKalb County police officer comes out, sees this weird ass thing under my car, and risks his own life to remove it to make sure I was safe. So, miss me with
I know that's right.
you see all the bad stuff, like motorcycle clubs. All the bad stuff that they see, and then they take the good stuff we do and say, oh, that's a tactic. That's a tactic. They use that tactic to make, hey, that guy crawling under my fucking car, it was no tactic. It was under death threats that I had gotten. And he was concerned that it was a bomb. And he was concerned enough that he crawled underneath my car and exposed himself to what could have been his final moments to make sure a citizen in DeKalb County, Georgia, was okay. And then this other cop, several years later, sees a distraught citizen. They did not have to get my dog out the street. That's a sanitation job, and sanitation was off and wouldn't be there. This was 2 a.m. They weren't going to be there till 6 a.m. There wouldn't have been no dog left. And so he went and he got my beautiful animal that I love like a son, like a family member. He went and got my animal out of the street, so I didn't have to try to figure out how to run out there and get him piece by piece myself. He wanted to keep me alive. Don't tell me they don't do anything right. I was with a cop as we were pulling the citizen out of a burning car. This cop was risking his own life. I've seen him do it time and time again. Now, I don't like jackbooted thugs that are shooting unarmed citizens and stuff like that. Who likes them? But unfortunately, they are part of a group of people that are sworn to protect us. And it is what it is.
Yeah,
Ironic how much
we don't move a certain type of way. So a lot of people that move that way don't understand why you move the way you move and why you deal with people the way you do. But we're not in the same situation, and I'm not a criminal-minded person. I don't get up in the morning trying to figure out how I'm gonna take or scam from nobody. Like criminal-minded, you scamming, you stealing, you robbing. A lot of us don't live like that. We just work hard want to take care of our families or whatever. So a lot of people who are criminal minded people are not going to understand how I don't want no smoke, no trouble.
Yeah.
They're not going
So,
to
but
understand that.
a lot of bikers are not particularly criminal minded. They just hate cops. It's part of the biker culture to hate
And
cops,
I
but
understand
it's
that. I
never
truly
been.
understand that. But that's that over there. That's not over here. We have to move a certain type of way.
Mhm,
We do.
mhm.
So I respect that and I understand that over there. But over here, just because you move a certain type of way over there doesn't mean that I have to move a certain type of way over here. And we could all get along and respect each other because I see at a lot of biker events, there's cops. There's cops all up and through them clubhouses.
Mhm.
So I don't understand. We don't
Well,
want them to
because it's
run.
something that clubs are never going to talk about. Clubs that have cops in them will never admit that because it's such a bad thing in our community.
Well, I
So
feel safer
there
when I
are
see some guns and some cops because
well,
shit does happen at these parties and stuff. Like, let's call a horse a horse. It's a very hostile environment. I probably brought my kids out one time, and when it was the one time that I brought them out that I realized no.
yeah. Well, it was night had fallen. Typically, when we have the day parties, they're not going to get shot up, unfortunately, like that one did. Ironic how much bikers say they don't like cops, but if they only knew how many cops and first responders were on the set, we just said that, Sprite. We just said that they would be astounded. Yes, they are all over the set, like Tia said, all up and through there. You just handle business. Eventually, Beretta did the crime. He snuffed his intended wife
Mhm.
because she was hussed or in a grifter. He told them that they were free. Didn't he get acquitted of that crime? What was his name? Beretta's name was uh Robert Blake. Was Robert Blake convicted? Uh yeah, he was found not guilty of killing his wife. Robert Blake was found not guilty of his wife's murder by a criminal jury March 16, 2005. However, just 8 months later, a civil jury found him liable for her wrongful death in a separate trial and ordered him to pay her family $30 million. Wow. He's dead now. Is he dead? He died 2 years ago. Poor guy. He's gone. Uh, he, wow. You don't remember this guy, Robert Blake? He was Beretta.
That name sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was a kid.
So oh, look at him in his Native American tribe uniform back in the day. Yeah, he was a big time actor. He died 2 years ago. I didn't even know he was gone.
Wow.
I love seeing you went to ride after DT nephew left. I love seeing that you want to ride after nephew left. The inspiration, yeah, and it was me actually getting on Lavish T. Williams' motorcycle that really brought it all back. Lavish T. Williams brought his motorcycle down, and he was waiting for me so that he could make me ride it. And he thought he was going to film destruction, like me falling or something. And he was having a great time because I didn't know how to start the Harley. Not all cops are bad, but bad cops make it bad for all cops. Like bad bikers make it bad for all
Yeah,
bikers.
amen to that.
Doing
Amen.
something like that, public service, that's what they're for. Not harassing people for loud pipes, handlebars, too high of handle. Yes, I agree. Drawing the police onto your club should be an advanced where you get kicked out bad. It happens in a lot of clubs. Uh, yeah, back in the day, I got slapped out when I was 14 by a cop, big tough cop. Listen, I got my ass kicked by cops too. I'm from Oklahoma, where cops would beat your ass, and it happened to me. But I didn't hold all cops. I knew who that person
Yeah.
was. My grandfather was one of the first black sheriffs in Indiana, and my dad had to sue to be a Gary, Indiana police officer. I got respect for cops, and I did years in the pen, and I still have respect for cops. Black Dragon, sometimes I think people forget that on the 99 side, we are not at that same level. Someone steals my bike, I'm calling the cops, says Jay.
Yeah.
Jay is absolutely right. Or somebody, biker clubs make me laugh like you got your own you got your own homicide investigator or something. You call the cops too. If something happens, if there's a dead body on your front in front of your club. This has happened to me in my club. Somebody got killed. 4280 Market Street is in a bad area. So somebody just got killed in the front of the club. They just was walking by and somebody killed him. Had nothing to do with us, but he just got killed at the front door of the club. What did they do? They called the police. We don't have what do you call them guys that come out and pick up bodies? We don't have one of those. We didn't say, oh yeah, have the Black Sabbath coroner come get him. There's no Black Sabbath coroner. You're gonna call the police to come. So stop acting like you don't ever call the police. You do when you need them. That's what I do now. I've been visiting different churches for almost a month now, but when it comes to MC, said it's better to be a part of a group. Yeah, I think you could be right. I'm in. I just became an AdSense partner. It took you forever. Happy. Good for you. Biker News Canada can start getting paid now for his YouTube channel. He can start getting paid now
that's
because
wonderful.
they finally let him in the AdSense program. And I just told him keep trying because it took me several tries, and you can't call anybody, and you just have to keep doing it over and over and over again until finally you hit the magic formula. And you've done it so many times, you don't even know what the magic formula was. Good on you, man. Good on you. Robert Blake as a child was a little rascal. Is that right?
Oh, really?
That's what that is. You know what? Wow. He was a little rascal. Which one was he? Is this? He was a little rascal. I did not know that. Wow, he was in Pork Chop Hill. Wow, he was in all the big movies of the time. But he was arrested for the murder of his wife, Bonnie Lee Bakley, and but he was acquitted. And I guess we'll never know whether he murdered his wife or not. But he's gone now. He's no longer with us. He had that little weird bird. Strange how you can be not guilty and found responsible in civil court. Because there's a lower threshold to be found guilty. You must be found guilty by 12 jurors, and it must be unanimous. But to be found civilly liable, you only need a majority. Same thing happened to O.J. Simpson. He was found not guilty, but $30 million he had to pay in court. Black Dragon, did you see Big Cell and DT Nephew's conversation about DT's 24-hour statement? I have not seen that, but I did hear that Big Cell said something negative about his ride across the country. And so has there been more conversation as a result of that? I don't know. Please send me, Hooch, to that number down there. Text me or email me the links. I want to see that. But it doesn't strike me as surprising that Big Cell would have nothing but hateful shit to say out of his mouth. That's what Big Cell is. I hate it.
You can go right to the source, and you can go and call your brother DT Nephew and have a conversation with him about that.
But I want to see the videos first. I want to see the videos before I call. Were you going to call the cops if you want a police report for your insurance? And yeah, I've had some cops let me off a ticket. I'm always respectful. Yeah, I'm going to call the cops if somebody runs over me. I'm calling. But there are people that won't. There are people that won't call the cops for nothing, and they exist.
Yeah.
My brother's
and growing up in Chicago, you don't call the cops. And the cops were the biggest gang. Google it. Austin 7. I made you look that up. Those cops were terrorizing our neighborhood. They were the biggest dope dealers. The Pac-Man those are the people that people answer to. So not all cops are good, but if something happens to one of my family members, I'm definitely calling 911. I'm sorry. And that's why I want you to stay on the 99%er side, because we have to move a certain type of way. Moving another type of way would not be conducive to my lifestyle and what I have going on. So it is, things happen.
Why are you telling our personal business out there?
I'm done. I want everybody to have a terrific Friday. I'm signing off.
Why are you telling our personal business?
I'm signing off.
Don't go nowhere. Hold on. Brother is retired LEO. My brother retired LEO was in Detroit Organized Crime Unit. He rides and is friendly with 1%ers. Why act like you don't know each other? It's like Tom and Jerry. If the system says you're not guilty, then you're not guilty. OJ didn't do it. No, he didn't. He's not guilty. I didn't say he was guilty. You didn't hear me say he was guilty. Did you see they made an arrest on the CT motorcycle smoke bombing? No. When did they make that arrest? How did I looked this morning? Connecticut smoke bombing. Biker shop. Biker repair shop arrest. What? Smoke bomb thrown. I don't see that there's an arrest. Let me see. I just see that the smoke bomb was thrown. I didn't see that there's an arrest. Send me that, Melissa Ann. Melissa Ann, send me that, girl. Stop playing. No, I didn't see that. That's why our whole news thing is arrest in smoke bombing CT. How about that? Okay, it finished it out for me. Smoke bomb thrown. That was 3 days ago. Where was the arrest? Oh, you know what? Let's ask. Let's ask Grok. Let's ask Super Grok. Come on, Super Grok. Oh, wait a minute. That's not Super Grok. That is yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Has there been an arrest in the CT biker shop smoke bombing? Let's see. What does it come up with? Has there been an arrest in the CT smoke shop bombing? Thinking about the request. It sure is thinking. It's thinking. No confirmed arrest. Okay, so let's ask this other one. We got another one we can ask. We got another AI. Here it is. Has there been an arrest? Okay, we'll just cut and paste this question. Has there been an arrest in the bombing? This one is a little better. It'll know a little bit more news than
Thank you for my flowers.
Oh, you're welcome.
They're so beautiful. I just smell them. It's just a blessing to be able to enjoy nature. And
I work here all the fucking time.
Right, so, did you hear that?
I did. Oh gosh.
That was this lady. She was mad because people said that they didn't like how she was dressed on a motorcycle. They didn't like her dressing. I didn't like how she was dressed on the motorcycle. She wanted you to know that she's not dressed like that. Here she goes.
Fucking time. You can kiss my fucking ass. So I got some. I wear gear all the fucking time. You can kiss my fucking ass. So I had got a couple comments, only a few, not many, but enough for me to have to address. I wear my gear all the time when I ride. When I keyword ride. I'm literally sitting here making videos real quick before I go to work. I'm clearly not riding anywhere. I'm in a dress.
You look like you're riding.
Be smart,
You got
okay?
your helmet
If you
on.
click on my page for 2 fucking seconds, you will see that I will always wear that blue Alpine Star hoodie. Hopefully, I will soon get a Pando Moto body.
Nobody's clicking on your page. They're looking at the skin here. This is what we're looking at. This is what you want us to see. With a helmet on, sitting on a bike, the assumption, without going to your page, is that you're riding like this.
But we will fucking...
And you got all the skin out and stuff. We see that. And we're looking at that. I mean, you did want us to see this, didn't you?
See?
They're just trying
So,
to protect
no,
you.
I'm not just about to ride my bike like this in a dress and fucking slide.
But you wouldn't be the only one. You wouldn't be the only one to do that. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. But I don't see that somebody was arrested. I need that link from you. I need that link, Melissa Ann. We need the link. This guy here was another guy that had something to say. But no, we don't see that. We don't see. Let's see. Is there a current? Okay, let's see. This one here. Let's ask it here. What is it doing? Okay. Has there been an arrest? We're going to ask this AI agent here. No, there has not been an arrest in the specific smoke bomb incident yet, but police have made multiple felony arrests in the violent biker club assault that triggered it. So AI is saying there's no arrest yet in the smoke shop bombing. No arrest yet. So we just checked 2 AIs, and 2 AIs both said no. That doesn't mean that they know, but we checked 2. You phone the police here and tell them your shop was broken into and stuff was stolen. Motorcycle quad, they don't even come and investigate. They just give you a file number. Oh, that sucks, man. That means that there's a lot of bike thefts. Hey, Dragon, would you call the cops if your son came to your house to challenge you? Yeah, I would call the cops before I killed his stupid ass. Yes.
I know that's right. Thank God we don't have that problem. Thank God we do not have that
Before
problem.
I put his dumb ass 6 feet under, I might do his stupid ass a favor and call the cops. And I might not. I might just be like, oh, you so my nephew, I have a couple nephews that I raised, helped raise like they were sons. And time to time, my nephews can get a little disrespectful. And I'd be like, boy, I didn't bring you in this world, but my sister did. And so I'll take your ass out of here. My nephews, of course, I did used to beat them up when they were kids. So one of my nephews is like, those days are gone, Unc. Those days are gone, my bro. We're not taking that no more.
I'm not going to tolerate his disrespect because I do not disrespect nobody. And so I'm not going to allow it with me, you, or nobody else. Like, nobody deserves to be disrespected. There's sometimes they do, but just a child disrespecting an adult, that's just not going to happen around me. I have definitely gotten children's ass about the way they talk to their parents. And I know that's their business or whatever, but in my presence, I just feel like that's a no-no. That's a deal breaker.
So, now to answer this question, 10 man 49ers, I know where you're going. After the challenge, how long did it take for you to get on common ground to communicate again? So one of my nephews and I just had a very bad argument. Maybe 3 weeks ago to you? And about a month ago. And it took him about a month to call me. And so yeah, that was a month. And you know, the problem is you're dealing with a young man, not a kid anymore. And so they feel disrespected really easily these days. and you're just like, I'm still the OG, and you're not going to talk to me crazy, and I'm just not going to accept that. So most of the time, they'll need you before you need them.
Exactly. They still need guidance and
Yeah.
wisdom, and a lot of times they'll go, especially men, women too. Women too. You just have to set boundaries and communicate and let them know why this is not gonna work and why we do things a certain type of way, and they'll respect you for it. You know, each one teach one. They here to teach us, and we here to teach them.
But
So
it could take a little while. It could
absolutely, you got to build trust. It's no different than these dogs. Each time you get an animal, they will test you. They will try to see how far they could go. And children are no different. But you got to teach them, you're not going to play with me like this. I'm not, this is not going to happen. And you have to do the animals this you I've seen you fight a dog. When they bit you, you had to learn, no, you do not bite me. I feed you. I take care of you. I nurture you. So this is not, I'm not going to stand for you nipping and biting me. No. And then they learn, right? So children are no different. Nieces and nephews are like children. They're just still children. So, you know, you have to teach people how to treat you and what you'll tolerate and what you won't. And they'll respect you for it, you know? So
yeah. Okay. Device. Okay, so a Derby man faces multiple charges related to explosive device detonated in Griswold. Let's go check this out. Oh shoot, I messed it up. Oh, so now AI wants to say that it did happen. The Connecticut State Police have officially executed an arrest warrant for the suspect behind the Griswold bike shop smoke bombing, according to the official Connecticut State Police release published today. A man from Derby, Connecticut, named Lawler, has been taken into custody and faces multiple criminal charges related to the explosive device detonated at Bully, Baggers, and Son. The details of the breakthrough, the suspect's status, law enforcement has successfully tracked down and apprehended the driver of the. I told y'all you would. I said it. Black Dragon said it. I told them, I was like, they're gonna. Oh, they got a red car with a bag over the license plate. Like they're gonna like, come on, stop playing. That's absolutely. Why would you use your own effing car, man? That.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Woo! Y'all were supposed to steal a motorcycle or something. Anyway, they apprehended the driver of the orange red SUV that fled the scene on Route 12 with a paper bag covering the license plate. They got that from Facebook, and we'll go see that. The charges, the suspect identified as Lawler faces multiple felony charges filed by the state bomb squad. Come on, it was a smoke bomb, really? Yeah, really. And regional investigators for fabricating, so he made, transporting, he transported, and he deployed the explosive device into a commercial structure. Those have got to be like Class A felonies, bro. That came from CSP News. There's a picture of him right there. We'll go check that out. The connection to the fight, the arrest solidifies the link between the retaliatory smoke bomb and the July 15th parking lot brawl involving members of the Diablos Motorcycle Club at Cadillac Ranch in Southington. That's on Yahoo. So how can they find this all now? We had to give them everything. Thank you so much, Melissa Ann, for beating and defeating Grok and Google AI. Why this is another system failure for Grok. Look at the timestamp on the official state docket. You shared this arrest update. They're hating on Grok. You missed it too. This is the absolute smoking gun proof why Grok failed you earlier. Grok system prompt bragged that it would examine social media posts or find Don't hate on Grok right here. That's so ugly. But anyway, it's hating on Grok, and it didn't find it either. That's because I asked it a few days ago why Grok made a mistake, and it wants to point it out. It's like nanny, but this is a snitch. AI is a snitch, man. It's telling on Grok. But anyway, we have this guy. So here they give us the sources. So it does give receipts. So thank you, Melissa Ann. First of all, here we go. Derby man faces multiple charges. This is him. This is his picture. This is the dude. Please see attached criminal summary. Wow. Look at Grok. I mean, Google AI. Wow. Okay, so we downloaded that summary. I didn't want it to download on my computer. I didn't ask for that, but here we go. Wow. So what do we know about him? Detective Stephen Gardner filed this a couple days ago about the day it happened. Troop E, he's up there, badge 1285. We know who he is, the police officer. This is a record of the arrest. His name is Lawler Kevin. He was born in 1978. Makes him a little over 40 some years old, maybe? Or is he 50? He's male, white. And here's his address. We won't say his address on here. He's 48 years old, born 723. The court, Norwich Court. Norwich, Connecticut? I lived in Norwich, Connecticut when I was in the Navy. That's a really small, little quaint town. There's a park up there at the top of the town. This park we used to go in, and this was a huge park. You could drink up there and everything. I don't even know if that park is still there. We used to go to that park, like you could drive in it. I haven't been there in 40 years. I'd like to go back. 8/6/26 is the court date. Let's see what they got him for. Charges 53A8, criminal liability acts of another, arson, 3rd degree. Then the same act, but same thing, same act, conspiracy to commit arson, 3rd degree. So who did he discuss it with? 1 count. Same act, 53A 117 now, conspiracy to commit criminal mischief, 3rd degree. And same act, all these are in the same family. This is 117, criminal liability, acts of another, criminal mischief, 3rd degree. So there are no arson charges here, are there? Oh yeah, arson, 3rd degree, arson, 3rd degree, yes. $125,000 bail bond is going to be $125,000, which is only like $12,500 to get out. And an arrest warrant shall be attached when applicable, excluding juvenile child warrants. On July 17th, 2026, at approximately 2013 hours, personnel from Troop E responded to Bully Baggers and Son motorcycle, 522 Plainfield Road, Griswold, Connecticut, for the report of an object thrown through a window at possibly causing smoke inside of the garage. Preliminary investigation by public safety bomb technicians determined that an explosive device had been detonated inside the building. Subsequently, the Eastern District Major Crime Detectives responded and assumed the investigation. On July 23rd, 2026, at approximately, it'll finish down here. What is this? Supervisor's approval required. Sergeant Lloyd F. Wright is the supervisor. This was released as part of the Freedom of Information Act. This information is being released to the public in compliance with the Freedom of Information Act. For additional information, major crimes, call this number. Okay, so on July 23rd, 2026, at approximately 2200 hours, the state police took the accused into custody under the strength of this signed arrest warrant, this one up here. This is an active investigation with additional arrest anticipated. There was more than one person involved in this, because you know that because of the conspiracy charge. And it looks like he's wearing his some kind of a shirt. Does that say lifer on it or something? Looks like he's wearing stuff that yeah, this is a 1%er shirt. It's got lifer on it. Okay, what is this one? Redacted. This is a redacted one. Let's see what this one is. This opens up. What do we got here? Oh, a hell of a lot more. Oh my God. Look at all these pages. Okay, let's see. This is more stuff. Third degree conspiracy, arson, criminal mischief, arson. This was all signed off on in the Superior Court. What else do we have here? Criminal mischief, third degree, 53A, 117. This was signed off on here. Now you're looking at the paperwork. This is what they call receipts. Here's the man's name here, the agency number, arrest warrant, geographical area 10. And it looks like if A and B are both checked above, you shall without undue delay bring the arrested person before the clerk. Well, they're not checked. But anyway, if they were checked, you'd need to bring it to the court and the offense allegedly have been committed, or if the clerk is not open, then they go to the correctional center. Oh, so they have a choice. They can actually take you to the clerk and you could post bail there. That's something they do here in Atlanta, but those options weren't signed. Instead, you go to jail. $125,000 bond. This was signed by Honorable John M. Newsom maybe? John N. Newsom? Signed that. 21 town of Montville, 7/23. That was yesterday. This was signed. This is the paperwork necessary to go get your ass right here. This is it. Connecticut State Police, New London. I was in New London. I was stationed there, New London, Connecticut. Hey, there you go. There was a submarine base there. This affidavit has been currently sworn. The affiant, that's the person who swears the affidavit out, currently holds the rank of detective and is currently assigned to the Eastern District Major Crime Squad. Okay, this is going to be the story here. At all pertinent times mentioned herein was acting in his official capacity. So this is the guy, the affiant is the detective, and the detective is the one who tells this stuff, who puts all this stuff on this paper and goes and gets the guy. So here we go. He has personal knowledge of the facts and circumstances of his investigation, as well as knowledge of the facts related to him by fellow law enforcement officials acting in their official capacity. The Connecticut State Police Academy is where he graduated from and stuff. And during the course of his career, he's done many things, many investigations. They're just building his ass up right here. So we will know that this is a real dude doing his real job. During his career, he's conducted numerous investigations, ultimately resulted in the arrest and conviction of many offenders. He also, Detective Gardner, has responsibilities to include addressing criminal complaints. The information recited below was developed as a direct result of an investigation conducted by both him and those of other troopers and officers who reported their findings to him. So he says that at 2013 hours, personnel from troop responded to, I think that was probably bully baggers located on Plainfield Road in the town of Griswold. It's redacted, but it was probably bully bikers. For the report, bully baggers bike motorcycle shop. For the report of an object thrown through the window and possibly causing smoke and damage inside the garage. Upon arrival, troopers located a neighbor who heard a loud bang and observed an orange-red colored Hyundai Kona. I don't even know what the hell kind of car that is. Speeding away from the commercial business with the license plate obstructed by what was described as a piece of cardboard. The scene was secured, and members of the Connecticut State Police Fire and Explosive Investigation Unit, the FEIU, and Emergency Services Unit, bomb squad, responded to the scene. Eastern District Major Crime Detectives responded and assumed the investigation. Affiant Gardner was assigned as the lead investigator. That upon the arrival at the shop, which they redacted, but we know what shop it was now. So this is the detective. So this is telling you what happened over there in New London. I did not realize that this was happening where I was stationed. Yeah, his name is Newsom. So affidavit continued. Let's see. So let's see. Okay. So where's this building comes from? He was okay, whoever reported their findings to him. Okay. The Affiant Gardner was assigned as lead investigator, and then I don't know where this building, but anyway, building with the garage bays. Where am I missing this? Where am I missing this? This continuation here. Smoke describes cardboard. The scene was secured, and emergency service bomb responded to the scene. Eastern District Major detectives responded and assumed the investigation. Gardner was assigned as lead investigator, and then this just picks up with building with 3 garage bays with a single door to the right of the 3 garage bays, all on the south side of the building. The detective observed that there was a long driveway leading uphill to the shop from Route 12. The detective observed that each of the 3 garage bay doors had 3 windows with tinted glass, all of which were approximately eye level. The detective observed that the rightmost window of the rightmost garage door was broken. The detective, Gardner, observed that there to be a large rock in an otherwise empty parking lot outside the garage bay door with the broken window. He observed that immediately upon entering the building through the door to the right of the garage bays that there was a floor mat that had been partially flipped over with burnt markings and damage penetrating a portion of the floor mat. The detective observed a portion of the finished epoxy garage floor had a burnt ring, which appeared to have been the site where an explosion had occurred. The detective observed small pieces of cardboard and blue plastic pieces spread throughout the shop. The detective also observed that the thermostat and a sign near the blast site appeared to have been knocked off the wall. The Connecticut State Police Public Safety Bomb Technician Sean Brennan, badge number 1017, determined that the preliminary one-site investigation suggested that the blast likely had been caused by an M-class explosive device. What the hell is that? The safety bomb technician Brennan explained to Detective Gardner that an M-class explosive device is a homemade device typically made of a tube, sometimes made of cardboard, which is filled with flash powder and detonated by the use of a hobby fuse, and that such devices are illegal to possess under the Connecticut GS 290 to 29-348 law. The Detective Gardner, then met with a male who identified himself and date of birth, who shall be referred to as the victim for the purpose of this affidavit. The victim explained that he owns, and this is redacted, but we believe it's Bully Baggers Motorcycle Shop, and that at 2003 hours, at 20:03 hours, so that's 8:03 p.m. that night, he received a call from a neighbor that lives adjacent to his shop. The neighbor, later identified by name and date of birth and identified in this affidavit as witness number 1, told him that he heard a loud boom and that the shop, at the shop, and then saw smoke coming out of the chimney. Damn. The victim's wife then called 911 to report the incident, and the victim drove from his residence. So he called him and said, "Hey, there's been an explosion in your shop." His wife called 911 while he drove from his residence to his shop. When he arrived on the scene, troopers were already there and were securing the building. The victim went on to explain that he had surveillance cameras in and around his shop. Like we know, like people do. They're going to have surveillance cameras around the shop. And he said they're set up to record upon motion detection and that he believes the timestamp on all the videos is accurate. The victim then showed Detective Gardner the captured surveillance videos on his mobile phone, standing right there. Detective Gardner observed a video of a location that Detective Gardner recognized as the interior of that shop, with the location of the blast damage being out of view of the camera being a short distance around the corner on the left side of the video recording. I bet he's going to change those cameras around. The interior side of the rightmost garage bay door can be seen in the background. The recording starts at 8:02:06. And the start of the video, there is flickering light consistent with flickering light of a fire being cast against the garage by the bay door. Smoke can be seen in the area where the light is being cast, though the three windows of the garage bay door, or through the three windows of the garage bay door, a figure can be seen moving quickly from left to right. The size and speed of which is consistent with a person running away from a broken garage bay window in the southern direction. At 8:02:09, 20:02:09, there is a bright explosion. So that's PM. There's a bright explosion and smoke and dust immediately fills the interior of the building. At 20:02:48, so at 8:02:48 p.m., the recording ends because the motion must have ended. The victim went on to explain that on 7/15/2026, he was involved in an incident at we know to be Cadillac Ranch. Yeah. In Southington, Connecticut. He explained that he got into a fight with members of we know to be the Diablos Motorcycle Club. And during the fight, one of the members got shot. One of the Diablos, that's probably what they're going to say there, got shot with his gun. And he himself was assaulted. As a result of the incident, a total of 8 members of the Diablos Motorcycle Club were arrested by Southington police. We know that. The victim explained that he cannot think of anyone else that would want to do him, or he could not think of anyone that would want to do him or his business harm other than the members of the Diablos for retaliation for the earlier incident. The victim also explained that of the Diablos members that he got into a fight with and the ones that were arrested, that he only personally knew one who was able to identify, who he was able to identify by name. The victim denied knowing any of the other 7 arrestees from that night. So the only one whose name he knew most likely would have been the one that ran up to him and said, "You owe me money." And as the reports have come out of there, one of the guys from 7 years ago, that's the only guy he knew, the guy that he had business with 7 years ago who said, "You owe me money." And as we have heard, that's what was said. And then the assault initiated. That's the only one he knew. The others, he didn't even know who the hell they were. He had trouble with people. He didn't even know who they were. The affiant, Detective Gardner, later spoke with a male who identified himself by name and date of birth and who shall be referred to as Witness 1 for the purpose of this affidavit. Witness 1 explained that he lives at the residence adjacent to the Bully Bagger shop, and that on the evening of 7/17/2026, he was at home in his kitchen when he heard a loud boom. He then looked outside and saw that there was smoke coming out of his biker shop, out of the biker shop next door. He then saw a man running away from the building. He described the man as being about 6 feet tall, with a medium build, wearing black pants, a black hoodie, a black mask, and blue latex gloves. He saw that the man was running toward a reddish-orange vehicle that was parked near the bottom of the driveway leading up to that shop. He saw the man get into the passenger side door of the car and then drove away, heading south to Plainfield Road, Route 12. Witnesses heading south on Plainfield Road. Witness number 1 then called the owner of the shop, the victim, and told him what had happened. Next, that while at the crime scene, at that crime scene, a male approached troopers and explained that he had heard the explosion and witnessed a man running from the building. Detective Gardner later spoke with the man who identified himself by name and date of birth, and he shall be referred to as witness number 2 for the purpose of this affidavit. Witness number 2 explained that he lives down the road from that shop and that on the evening of 7/17/2026, he was outside of his residence and he had family leaving his house. As his family members were leaving the house, he heard a really loud bang, which he stated sounded like an M100 or a quarter stick of dynamite. Damn, he knew what kind of dynamite it was. After he heard the explosion, he looked toward the direction of the shop and saw a man jogging down the driveway leading away from the shop. He described the man as being about 5'10" with a slim to medium build, wearing a dark colored hoodie, white gloves. Isn't that interesting? How one guy saw blue gloves and the other guy saw white gloves. One guy saw a 6-foot tall guy. The other guy saw a 5-foot tall guy. He was wearing white gloves and dark pants. He then noticed a car at the bottom of the shop driveway. He described the car as red. So the car has been described as red or orange, depending on your hue of colorblindness as a man. The Hyundai Kona with no front license plate. He saw the man get into the passenger seat of the Kona. Witness number 2 told his family member, who identified as witness number 3, to get a photo of the car as it started to drive south on Plainfield Road, Route 12, and passed by where they were. As the Hyundai Kona was driving by where witness number 2 was standing, he could see that there were actually 2 people in the car, with the man in the passenger seat using his hand to cover his face as the Hyundai Kona drove past him. He saw that there was a paper bag covering the rear license plate. Next, the Detective Gardner later spoke with a female who identified herself by name and date of birth and who shall be referred to as witness number 3 in this affidavit. Witness number 3 explained that on Friday, 7/17/2026 at around 2000 hours, 8 o'clock p.m., she was visiting witness number 2 at his residence, and while leaving in a truck, she heard a loud bang. She looked in the direction of the biker shop and saw a tall, skinny man running down the driveway that leads up to the shop. The man was wearing all black clothing, including a hooded shirt, which was pulled up, and she could not see his face. She explained that near the bottom of the driveway leading to the shop, she saw a red or orange Hyundai. She saw the man running towards the vehicle, but was unable to see which side of the vehicle he entered, as her view was blocked by a bush. However, immediately after, she heard the door close as the man entered the vehicle. The vehicle immediately sped away as though it was never even in park. As the vehicle was driving past her location, she used her phone to capture a live photo, which is a short video clip. Live photos normally take 2 or 3 pictures at a time and turn it into like a little small video. She explained that after the vehicle sped away, she saw smoke coming out of the shop. Witness number 3 then forwarded the live photos to the police because they will tell on your ass, normal citizens out there. The affiant, the Detective Gardner, observed the live photo sent by witness number 3. The detective then observed a short video of the red Hyundai Kona driving past. Detective Gardner observed there to be no front registration plate. Maybe they have to have front plates in that town on the Kona. And after the Kona passes, affiant Gardner observed the rear plate is obscured by a brown bag or a piece of cardboard. The detective then observed that directly beneath the obscured registration plate, a portion of a white rectangular bumper sticker is visible. Oh, no. No license plate, but we got your bumper sticker, bro. We got it. Boy, these guys don't be the brightest tools in the box. Like, yeah, let's hide the bumper sticker too, bro. Anyway, he did see that. Next, that while on the scene, Detective Gardner spoke with Southington, Connecticut Police Detective William Thompson. Detective Thompson informed Detective Gardner that on 7/15/2026, he and other Southington police personnel responded to the Cadillac Ranch located at whatever the Cadillac Ranch address is in Southington for a reported shooting. Upon arrival, he observed over 100 motorcycles within the parking lot, as if there was some type of outdoor motorcycle gathering. He also observed a large number of individuals wearing black and red sleeveless vests with patches on the rear that he knows to be the Diablos Motorcycle Club. One male wearing a Diablo's vest was located with a gunshot wound to the chest. That male was transported for medical care where he was listed as being in critical condition. A second male who was identified as the victim was found on the scene with apparent injuries. The preliminary investigation on the scene suggested that the victim had gotten into an argument with one of the members, which resulted in a fight, during which a member suffered a gunshot wound. A group of Diablos members then assaulted the victim in retaliation for one of their members having been shot. Subsequent to the on-scene investigation, 8 members of that motorcycle club, the Diablos, were arrested. That while on scene, Detective Gardner was additionally informed that the Connecticut State Police Intelligence Operations Unit had determined that the red Hyundai Kona had been observed on flock cameras. Damn it, man. In the town of Lisbon on 7/17/2026 at 18:05. So at 6:05 p.m., 2 hours earlier, and 6:11 p.m., 2 hours earlier, in a whole nother part of the town, they got your car on flock cameras. So you putting a license plate on a cover on your car didn't help. They saw this just south of the town of Griswold. So Detective Gardner was informed that the Hyundai Kona was bearing a Florida registration, which they gave the number, which is registered to, and they gave the person's name. Must not be the same name as the person they arrested, who is the blank of one of the arrestees from the blank incident. So whoever owned that car is the blank of one of the arrestees, maybe wife of one of the arrestees from the Cadillac ranch incident, or friend, brother, mother, son, something. No, is some kind of way associated one of the guys that got arrested. So that's who the car belonged to. Kevin Lawler, and they give his date of birth. Southington police confirmed that the Hyundai Kona bearing Florida registration was present at the blank at the time of the shooting. Wow. Kevin Lawler date of birth. Who is the blank of one of the arrestees from the blank incident? Kevin Lawler. Oh, it must be from the bombing incident, maybe. Anyway, this person is, I was wrong. This person is associated with the guy who got arrested, Kevin Lawler. And that's the person that owns the car that has the Florida registration and was present at the time, or was also present at the time of the shooting. Wow. Interesting how it's all coming together. The affiant Gardner performed a collect query. A collect must be a system query of Kevin Lawler, and observed that hold on a second here. One of you guys is text messaging me. Let me see real quick. Okay, so he observed that a collect query of Lawler showed his residence was listed as, and they gave his residence there, performed an open source internet search of the address and observed that street is labeled in the maps as something. Affiant Gardner then observed in must be a Google Street View that the photo captured in June of 2025 in front of this address shows the front of the building to bear a large sign with the same must be Diablos devil logo with the something above and CONN below, meaning Connecticut, the state of Connecticut, and probably the logo above. So the logo with the name, probably Diablos above and Connecticut below. So they tracked this all the way back to the clubhouse, it looks like. Gardner observed that in the Street View image, that in front of the Diablos clubhouse is that same red Hyundai Kona, which bore a resemblance to the red Hyundai Kona that Detective Gardner observed in the video provided by witness number 3. However, the registration plate in the image is blurred out because that's what Google does. I think they automatically blur out license plates. The detective was accessed. The detective Gardner was accessed the Jewett City surveillance system, from which the Jewett City resident trooper's office, from within the Jewett City resident trooper's office, which contains recordings from multiple video cameras throughout the city, the borough of Jewett City. The bagger shop is located on Route 12, just north of Jewett City. For the purposes of this report, the times were adjusted, accounting for any discrepancy between the display time of the camera system and the actual time during a review of the surveillance video. Detective Gardner observed the following. So now this is a whole different video system. So on this day, 7/17/2026, at approximately 6:12 hours, 6:12 p.m., a red Hyundai Kona is seen driving north on Route 12, Main Street. Remember, they were leaving south to get away from there. They drove north to get up there. They passed Slater Avenue. The Kona has no front license plate, has a handicap placard hanging from the rearview mirror with a white male with no beard driving and a white male with a dark colored beard in the front passenger seat. Both males appear to be wearing dark colored undershirts. At approximately 6:12 p.m. hours, 18:12 hours, 6:12 p.m. A separate surveillance camera shows the rear of the Hyundai Kona as it drives on Route 12. The Kona can be seen bearing the Florida registration plate number that they give. There is a white rectangular bumper sticker visible just below the registration plate. Jesus. There it is. There it is. At approximately 18:13 hours, the red Hyundai Kona is seen driving north on Route 12, passing Tracy Avenue, where Main Street becomes North Main Street. The driver's left arm is visible and appears to have tattoos. Tracy Avenue is approximately 1,000 feet from Slater Avenue. At approximately 18:13 hours, 6:13 p.m., the red Hyundai Kona is seen driving north on Route 12, passing Tracy Avenue, where Main Street becomes North Main Street. The driver's left arm is visible and appears to have tattoos. Tracy Avenue is approximately 1,000 feet from Slater Avenue. At approximately 18:13 hours, the red Hyundai Kona is seen driving north on Route 12, North Main Street, passing number 2 North Main Street. A large tattoo is observable on the driver's left shoulder. North Main Street is just north of Tracy Avenue. At approximately 18:13 hours, I didn't know cameras could do all this. The red Hyundai Kona is seen driving north on Route 12, North Main Street, passing East Main Street. The intersection with East Main Street is just north of number 2 North in North Main Street. At approximately 18:14 hours, yet another surveillance camera located at 89 North Main Street captures the shadow and small portion of a vehicle as it parks in the western portion of the dirt parking lot directly across the street from Jewett City, located at North Main Street. The parking lot is approximately 900 feet from the intersection of North Main Street and East Main Street. Due to limited view, only a small portion of the vehicle is visible after the vehicle is parked. The vehicle remains motionless until approximately 1933 hours, just about 30 minutes, before the incident took place, before the smoke bomb was thrown. At approximately 1933 hours, the vehicle, of which only a small portion was visible, pulls forward and can be seen to be the Hyundai Kona. The Hyundai Kona appears to stop, and a white male wearing a black undershirt can be seen walking around outside the vehicle briefly. The Hyundai Kona can then be seen turning north on Route 12, North Main Street. As the Hyundai Kona turns onto Route 12, it can be seen to have no front license plate, handicap placard hanging from the rearview mirror, have two white males wearing black undershirts and a driver in the driver and front passenger seats. The male in the passenger seat can be seen to have a dark colored beard. At approximately 1934 hours, the red Hyundai Kona can be seen driving north on Route 12, passing 89 North Main, where the rear of the vehicle is visible. The rear plate can be seen to be now covered with a brown paper bag or piece of cardboard. A portion of the white rectangular bumper stickers directly below the registration plate, just as previously observed, is still visible. Got rid of the license plate, but not the white sticker. At approximately 8:03, again, we know that 8:03 p.m. hours, the red Hyundai can be seen driving now south on Route 12, North Main Street, passing 89 North Main Street. This time is right after the red Hyundai Kona was observed leaving the Baggers Biker Shop, Baggers Repair Shop, Biker Shop, Custom Shop. Following the explosion, the shop is approximately 1 mile from the location. And now at 8:03 p.m., the red Hyundai Kona is observed turning right from Route 12 onto Green Avenue. As the vehicle passes the camera, the rear registration can be seen to be covered with a brown bag or a piece of cardboard. They got you going all the way there and coming all the way back. They got you before you put the brown thing on. They got you after you put the brown thing on. They got you going. They got you coming. They got the little sticker on the bumper. This is called circumstantial evidence. At approximately 2005 hours, the red Hyundai Kona is observed turning right from Soul Street onto Route 12, heading south. Soul Street is accessible from Green Avenue by turning left from Green Avenue onto Mathewson Street and left from Mathewson Street onto Soul Street. As the Hyundai Kona passes by the camera, it can be seen to have no front license plate, to have a handicap placard hanging from the rearview mirror, to have two white males in the driver and passenger seat, both wearing black undershirts. At approximately 8:05 hours, 8:05 p.m., the red Hyundai Kona is observed driving south on Route 12, past Slater Street. The rear of the vehicle can be seen, and the rear license plate can be seen to still be covered by the same brown bag or piece of cardboard. So, on 7/18/2026, Detective Gardner was informed by Troop E dispatch that a witness had contacted Troop E with information she believed to be relevant to the incident. Damn! At the shop the previous evening. So Detective Gardner later met with this female, who Detective Gardner identified by her Connecticut issued identification, and she shall be referred to as witness number 4 for the purpose of this affidavit. Witness number 4 explained that on 7/17, she was at Jewett City, located at North Main Street in Jewett City. Witness 4 went on to explain that between 6:30 p.m. and 6:45 p.m., she saw a newer orange SUV back into a spot in the dirt parking lot across from the restaurant. She watched two men come from that SUV and enter the restaurant, and she said they sat down. She described one of the men as tall with a medium build and a dark beard, wearing a black shirt. She described the second to be short with tattoos covering his neck and arms, wearing glasses, and with two silver piercings on the bottom of his lip. She believed the man with the tattoos looked remarkably familiar, but at the time she didn't recognize from where she had seen him. As the men spoke with the waitress, she heard the men saying that they were from Middletown and had gotten lost on their way to Vermont, which sounded unusual to her. After the two men finished eating, the man with the tattoos got up to pay, and witness 4 was able to get a closer look at the man, at which point she recognized him to be one of the mugshots of the arrestees from the Cadillac Ranch incident, which happened on 7/15. I'm assuming the Cadillac Ranch incident, which happened to be 7/15/2026. She explained that the man with the tattoos was wearing glasses, and the glasses were also the same as the ones he was wearing in the mugshot posted online. Can you have glasses in a mugshot? Witness number 4 explained that as soon as the two men left the restaurant, she checked on her phone to look at the mugshots again. And she confirmed that the man she had just seen was the same person she saw in the mugshot of one of the arrestees from that incident. That is crazy. That is crazy. That you got people out there that just recognize stuff, man. That is freaking crazy. That how her memory is like that. I don't remember shit like that. Like, who does that? Who remembers that? That was crazy. Anyway, this just regular JQ citizen, Susie Q citizen, just happened to recognize this guy from the mugshot she saw on TV or something. So she said she saw that meant that so let's get back to it. So witness 4 explained that this was the same person she saw in the mugshot of one of the arrestees from that incident. Witness 4 then explained that the two men left the restaurant between, she said, 7:30 and 7:45. Witness 4 went on to explain that afterwards she heard that the police were at that shop, the biker shop, investigating an incident. And when she learned that, she believed that the two men might be involved, so she then contacted the police. Detective Gardner asked witness 4 to identify the mugshot that she saw that matched the individual inside the restaurant, and she showed Detective Gardner the mugshot that Detective Gardner recognized to be that of Kevin Lawler, who I guess had been arrested. That, based on the above facts and circumstances, Detective Gardner believes that there is probable cause for the arrest of this person whose name is blocked out for violation of Connecticut general statutes, and therefore respectfully requested a warrant to be issued. That this arrest warrant application has been presented to the judge or the magistrate, and that's the end of it. He said there's no more. Put his initials there, and that, my friends, thanks to you for telling us this. We did not know that this existed today. We had no idea that that was out there at all, Melissa Ann. So, wow, that is a surprising update. So they have now arrested a person who may well have been arrested in the first place over at the Cadillac Ranch incident. And then let's look for who were the men. Let's see. Let's ask Super Grok this. Who were the men arrested at the Cadillac Ranch shooting incident a few days ago? Let's ask that. We'll ask that and see if his name is actually on there. Thinking about my quest, taking a long time. to find that. That's crazy. I must have too many things open because it's taken much longer than it normally takes. Thinking about the request. Okay, here we go. Ah, there he is. There's the name. Charged with interfering with police officers. There he is. So he was one of the guys charged and in the arrest, as we have now seen in this affidavit here. We have seen that based on the facts. Okay, so she said she saw that mugshot. She saw the mugshot of this man. She recognized that mugshot. Damn, that's crazy. Damn, what a memory. Like, wow. Like, how the hell did she recognize that? Crazy. Isn't that crazy? And then she called the police and said, I saw those guys getting in their car. They were here. They were just down the street at this time at 6:30 p.m. They left by 7:30 or so. And I believe that they were probably involved in this. I saw this guy's mugshot. The cop said, well, show me. Detective Gardner said, well, show me that. She showed him the mugshot, and Detective Gardner recognized it to be the man, the same man. And so they went and arrested him again. So this is a direct tie to the motorcycle club. Man, some people just, and I just did a video about this. Don't have beef. Let beef go. Let beef go. All right. So there you go. Now you guys have it. We just got it at the same time you guys did. So anyway, more things keep happening. Maybe some folks will sit down now and slow down, because this is just happening real fast, man. Anyway, Mike Ball, we weren't going to be still live. This just came up just now. You can't have a conspiracy case alone. I wonder who they're suing, saying he conspired with. There was a second person in that car. And so that's good. They say more arrests will be coming. There will be more arrests and superseding indictment when the conspirators are arrested and charged, unless they are cooperating, Anyway, M80, M1000, they're just fireworks, someone said. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is what it looks like when BD gets the scoop. No, somebody else got the scoop. Somebody else reported it, but maybe we're the first biker channel. We need to unflock America, says Insane Wheels. Yeah, we do need to unflock America. Or you just need to stop doing crimes. All right, let me get out of here, man, and I'm going to chop this up and just put this out, this last part. I just put this out as its own video because this is 2 hours. What are we on, 2 hours? Oh, my God, 2 hours and 32 minutes. Let me let you guys go. All right, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Stay out of trouble, man. Don't do the crime if you don't do the time. Remember all the things we did earlier today? It's Felony Friday, says Insane Wheels. Oh, my gosh, this was crazy. Crazy day. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to go out, man. Let me find my go out button. This is crazy. Okay. I'm just all thrown off here. Let me get to my buttons. All right. You guys, that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. You know what I mean? Capiche? Get the Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook by Black Dragon and learn MC chaplaincy principles from the first and only professional guide for spiritual leadership inside the Motorcycle Club community. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and get your autographed copies from blackdragonsgear.com. Learn the role of the Capellani and strengthen the moral compass of your MC.
Get the Art of War for motorcycle clubs. a strategic survival manual for MC presidents, officers, full patch members, prospects, and anyone who rides wearing a patch. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and BlackDragonsGear.com.
Club shootings, raids, and 1%er drama. This is Biker News, raw and unfiltered. Police are cracking down on biker clubs across the state. Arrests and violence are rising. Stay with us for the latest.
Brothers of the Black Sabbath MC Nation, join me. Let's become stronger than we ever were. Yeah, brother. A breed apart.
And try to do Black Dragon dirty. Mr. So-called ride or die. He treated you like a son and you sold him out for a position. But now he's on a mission, and you'll be wishing you didn't make that bad decision. So you should've known better. But dudes like you never learned that you can't take away Black Dragon's respect because it's been earned. You put Black Dragon out bad with no trial. But men like him will fight to the end, while pretenders like you only last a little while. You try to put Black Dragon out bad with no trial.
Brothers of the Black Sabbath MC Nation, join me. Let's become stronger than we ever were. Yeah, brother. A breed apart.
You put Black Dragon out bad with no trial. But men like him will fight till the end, while pretenders like you only last a little while. You try to put Black Dragon out bad with no trial, but you can't kill a legend with a lie. Even if it's as long as a country mile. So whatever your name is, Mr. Ride or Die, Mr. Run and High, Mr. Lie and Cry. You already made everything a mess, you silly fool. Cause you're a checker player and Black Dragon only plays cause you put Black Dragon out bad with no time. When you think you're doing something, there's nothing but sit back and smile. You try to put Black Dragon out there with no trial. Men like him will fight to the end, while pretenders like you only last a little while. You try to put Black Dragon out. Last to the end, we're pretending like you only last a little while. You try to take down the best, but the first time you were approached, you jumped out of that vest, cause you're a coward and a lie. I heard you come out of that vest so fast, people thought it was on fire. You get put Black Dragon out bad with no trial. You get put Black Dragon out bad with no trial. You get put Black Dragon out bad with no trial. Him will fight to the end while pretending suckers only last a little while.
Oh wait, I just about forgot something I was gonna say. Checkmate.